Classes are canceled at the College of St. Scholastica today, but not because of the snow. Every semester, students, faculty, and staff are given a day off for Community Service Day. Some volunteers read stories at elementary schools, while others helped clean the Chum Warming Center. On campus, students made posters to honor veterans, and 5 nursing students provided CPR training to freshmen.
I think hands-only CPR is something everyone should know in the community. If someone happens to go down in front of you, it's something that people should feel comfortable with. So really just serving those around us and giving people the confidence to help people in their community.
The students who provided CPR training worked in partnership with the Red Cross. They'll host more trainings throughout the month of March.